One thing I love about Medieval Dynasty, you can make money no matter what playstyle you prefer. Hunting, cooking, farming, husbandry, they all have viable ways to generate cash. And today we're going to go over each one, starting with hunting. Hunting, you want to go to your map and go to where it says wild animals. And the first thing you're going to hunt is going to be deer. You find the little deer icon, you go over to where they're at. Got some right over here, right in between where we made our first town and the main city where you're going to sell your materials. I usually start off using a wooden crossbow. The reason being is the wooden bolts are cheap, the crossbow is cheap, and early on you might miss a lot and you don't want to spend a lot of money replenishing your bolts. Right now I'm using iron bolts. You definitely don't want to miss with these. Okay, I got hit one. They're up next to each other. Okay, got him. Alright, we got a wolf on us. Okay, you gotta watch out for the wolves right across the water there, too. I think there are some bandits over here as well. But you want to pick up your iron bolts for sure. They're pretty expensive. And when you're hunting deer, the most important thing is the leather. You get some meat as well, and you can sell that early on. But later on in the game, you're going to want to turn that meat into pottage so you can make money that way. But early on, it's not bad to sell the meat because you're going to need money early on. Now, once you get the leather, you want to turn them into simple bags because you get about 50% more money just from turning them from leather to simple bags, and it's one piece of leather per simple bag, so it's kind of a no-brainer to do that. Simple bag, they go for 12. They actually used to go for more. They actually, when you sell them to a vendor, they go for 6 silver each. They used to go for 7.5, but it's still a good way to make money early on in the game. Once you do that, you sell a bunch of those simple bags, upgrade to an iron crossbow, and you can start hunting bigger game more easily. They're going to be right over here. We got some Vicent. You can hunt them with a wooden bow. I have done it, but it takes longer. It's a little riskier. So we're going to do some Vicent hunting. I like to have my bolt ready, and I like to circle around to the right side. We're going to head over to these Vicent. Okay. Here we go. We got the Vicent. Before you hunt them, I recommend saving. Because if you get a couple of them charging you, it doesn't take long for them to take you out. Alright, we're going to go after the guy on the right side here, I think. Here we go. Should only take a couple shots to take him down. One shot, and then he should start charging you. Alright, 3. It's going to take 3. Oh, he's turning around. He might die out before, but we'll just make sure. So 3 bolts. Usually it takes 2 if you have a good shot. You want to get your bolts, because they are expensive. So we only got 1 back. Hopefully we get another one back. Alright, so we got 30 leather and some other materials that we can sell as well. You get a lot more for the Vicent. Let's take a look here. Yeah, we got a ton of meat. Sometimes you'll get a Vicent skull, which you can sell for a lot as well. Now we're going to turn that leather to 30 bags. We're actually going to drop off our meat first. Okay, so we're going to go over the second way to make money, which is cooking. Now, you got your meat from hunting. If you don't like hunting, you'll want to make a hunting lodge. And maybe 2 hunting lodges if you don't want to hunt at all. And you can assign a couple workers to gather meat. And we have them gathering a bunch of meat. So if you don't want to do hunting, you can have them do that. You can have them gather leather and turn that into bags. So if you don't want to do the hunting yourself, just build 1 or 2 of these buildings. And then you take your meat. And you'll want to do a little bit of farming. And we'll go over some really good ways to make money farming. But to start, you're going to want to plant some cabbage. Just even a couple rows of cabbage, you can get a lot of cabbage and then make pottage with that. We're going to gather some cabbage. You can see just 1 row. You're going to get 1 row of 9 plots. You get 83 cabbage. So even if you do a couple rows, you can make a ton of pottage with this. The reason I go with cabbage is it sells for quite a bit more than stew, which you use carrots to make stew. So we got our cabbage. We're going to need 1 more item, which is wooden bowls. So we got our meat, our cabbage, and wooden bowls. Drop off all this cabbage for now. Okay, so the third item we'll need are wooden bowls, and we've got 40 of them. If you need more wooden bowls, you can either buy them, but I find the best way is you just take some logs, go over, build a workbench, and it's 1 log, and you get 5 wooden bowls. So you can get quite a few wooden bowls that way. But we already have plenty for now, so you want to pick up your cabbage, your meat, too heavy. All right, so here we got our pottage. Takes 2 cabbage, 3 meat, and 1 wooden bowl. We make 26 of these. All right, and everything we don't use, we're gonna put back in here for now. See how much we have. When I make stew, I usually leave it in here for the villagers to eat, because as you can see, the price is 18 silver for the stew versus 25 for the pottage. We're going to take our leftover food and put it in our food storage so it lasts longer. And we have a lot of meat in here already because we have those hunting lodges. So if you don't like hunting, you don't have to do it. If you want to just cook all day long, you got your hunting lodges, you can do that. All right, so now we're going to run to town and sell everything. All right, heading back to Piastovia to sell all of our loot and make that sweet cash. So I buy a lot from Unislava because she has a lot of weapons and different equipment that I use.
Hello.
So when you sell items to her, it gives her more money or it takes money from her, but then you can buy things back and it puts money back in there. So it's keeps both of you from running out of cash. So you don't sell for that much, and I don't have a way of making anything out of it yet, but down the road, there are ways to make money with the fur. You can see the pottage sells, 4 of them, you get 50 silver, 15 of them, you get 187. So we just made 200 silver there, and it doesn't take much time at all. Simple bags, 36 of these, you make 200 silver. Just a great way to make money.
My wares, see you around.
See what we have now. We're up to 1800, which is great. Now I do need to buy some fertilizer. I can't make I can, but I don't have any material to make my own fertilizer yet, so I'm just gonna buy it. We're gonna save our money and head back to town And then we're going to go over how to make some money farming. It's not a bad idea when heading back and forth from town to do a little bit of hunting. You know, you can get some deer here and then head back to your town, bring the meat back, and then when you're heading back out to town, maybe do a little more hunting. Help save a little bit of time. All right, so we are going to pick up our stone sickle. We need more of those. And we're going to drop off our fertilizer. All right, now time to make some money farming. What I like to do, get your stone sickle or scythe, either one. And hopefully you've planted some wheat. Got plenty of wheat here. And I like to grow wheat because you can turn it into flour. And flour doesn't weigh all that much. And you get a lot of it from a relatively small area. And you can sell it for quite a bit. All right, we need another stone sickle. Get all this wheat. We're up to 177 wheat. But you don't want to sell the wheat directly because you don't get that much money for the wheat. So you definitely want to have a barn and a threshing floor. You turn it into wheat grain. And you'll want to keep some of the wheat grain so that you can replant, so enough to replant, and then turn the rest into flour. So we're going to take all of it, turn it into wheat grain. Craft. Turn it into flour. We'll save some. So we're going to go 24 flour. And that actually gives you 288. So now 24 turns into 288 flour. And they sell for 2 each, which is pretty good. I mean, it's not a lot of work. It's not that heavy. And you can definitely make money that way. And the last way to make some money, you got your chicken coop here, is animal husbandry. The first one you get is a hen house. And if you want to make some money, you fill it up with hen. You got to have at least one rooster, but a couple rooster help. So we got hen, rooster. We've got 2 rooster and a bunch of hen and a little chick. You get eggs and feathers when you collect from here. Definitely make money that way. But you also make money selling your chicken. So you go to management, go to animal husbandry, hen house. And once it's, I have a couple open slots, so we can get a couple more, but I'll show you how to sell one. They're selling for 33 each one. So you just go down to the one you want to sell, press and hold the X button on the controller, but you see the sell down there. And you get 33 coin for that. And now you got 3 more open spots. If you want to really expand your chicken operation, you can do that by building another hen house. I think she's mad we sold one of her chicken, but that's the best way to do it. And my advice is find whatever you enjoy within the game, if it's farming, hunting, whatever it is, and just use that and find the best way to make money within that. Because the most important, have fun while you're making the money, and that makes it a lot easier to do. But yeah, let me know down in the comments what ways you found that are good for making money and what you enjoy out of it, and we'll see you next time. Peace.